we're so thrilled to have your film opening up AFI FEST. What does it mean to you to be here?
Well, AFI is one of those names that I heard about 100 million years ago, long before I was even really an actor, you know? So the American Film Institute carries this kind of like cachet, and that it's here in town. So that there's a lot of people that want to be in film business. There's a lot of people that come to Los Angeles, and there's a lot of people that try to get into AFI. There's a lot of people that try to learn the business. Their opportunity to be editors and screenwriters and directors, and AFI turns out to be the crucible for an awful lot of magnificent talent, and people go on and on for they really do alter both the art and the industry of making film. So I think AFI is just one of the coolest places in the world. And I go around the world. In fact, people say, Mr. Hanks, how can I get ahead in showbiz? I say, well, if you want to try to come to Los Angeles and study at a place like AFI, give it a shot. You won't regret it.
I think you should be our next guest.
All right, I'll be happy to.
And obviously, we love movie making and playing Walt Disney. How was that for you? That must have been incredible.
Well, the anecdotal information just never stopped coming, and I don't think I heard a single thing that I had to write down because it was all so fascinating, so interesting. Diane Disney Miller, his daughter, opened up her museum that's in San Francisco for me. I had access to absolutely everything. I saw every piece of film. I heard every audio track. I heard him speaking as Walt Disney. I heard him speaking as just a guy. I heard, presentational addresses he gave, as well as just interviews where people say, so how'd you figure out how to make Pinocchio? And when you can get that kind of reflection from the man himself, it really does become it enters into your consciousness in a more personal way. Walt on TV was always performing as Walt Disney, but it wasn't necessarily that far away from the Walt Disney I heard when he was just talking off the cuff.
And finally, such an incredible cast and crew. How was working with everybody?
Oh, well, the thing that's tough on I was in the movie for about 3.5 weeks. Colin Farrell, he had this whole other movie set in a different time and place. Emma had all these things that were going on. I got to come in and play for, maybe altogether 16, 18 days, something like that. So I always felt I was a bit of an interloper, but putting on the suit and being Walt Disney, that means, the waves parted for me a little bit. So they treated me good when I showed up. I felt like I was important to the cause.
Yeah, nothing get cooler than that.
No, that was pretty good. It was all right. One of my favorite things to shoot was the opening of the Disneyland, the TV show itself. We got to do this little thing and to recreate the motions and actually see the actual footage of Walt performing with Tinkerbell, and then I got to perform with Tinkerbell. That was a high country, man. That was really fun.